Well, hello, friends, neighbors. I'm John, your whiskey neighbor here, and welcome out to the deck. Sun went away and reminded me that I live in Alberta, Canada, and it's freezing. So if you hear the strange sound of small, tiny ice balls hitting the ceiling here, that's because it's intermittent kind of freeze raining. But anyways, let's talk some whiskey. Clearly the weather calls for a heavily peated Scotch, and I don't have that. I have a Scotch instead that on the outside says right here, gentle, sweet, unpeated, and floral. But it's been on the shelf a while, and I've been wanting to shoot this. So we're going to talk today about Tobermory. This is Tobermory 12 from the Isle of Mull. So, it's if you don't have any Tobermory, I would suggest maybe pour some Speyside, because I feel this release is more closely aligned. Some nice floral scotches, and right on it, we are unpeated and floral. So if you have this, great. When you pour it, when you come back, I'll share some thoughts on this Tobermory. This is their 12-year-old release from the Isle of Mull. 3, 4. Thanks for staying with me. As I said in the opener, we're going to look at some Scotch. This is an island Scotch, but it's certainly not peated, and it's from the Isle of Mull. Other things about this, I really don't know enough about their distillery, but I do like their peated Lecheg 10 quite a bit. And so I definitely bought this bottle based on my appreciation of Lecheg. So I know it's unpeated, and it's obviously a completely different whiskey style. This is released at 46.3%. Says right on it that it is unchill filtered, and it also says right on it that it's unpeated. So aside from being a single malt Scotch and 46.3, it doesn't say anything about color, and it's a really dark color. So because of that, I'm afraid it's colored, but I really appreciate the age stamp, the higher ABV, and the non-chill filtration. Let's see what we can get out here in the cold on this nose. I'll try to warm it up a little bit. There is a sweetness to it. There is a fruitiness in the nose, but I also get quite a bit of little bit of gentle spicing going on. So it's fruity, but it's like a mashed up fruit. We're heading into a fruit cake kind of thing. Some nice sugars, some malt sugars. That's probably what I'm getting there. And then it comes back into a more welcoming fruit cocktail, right? So a little bit of banana mixed in with the usual cut pear and cut apple. I'm not getting a lot of citrus. And maybe it says floral, so I'm thinking floral. So, maybe there's kind of a light floral edge to that sweet vanilla. Yeah, the fruit has come. Maybe I had to warm it up a little bit. But really the first thing I got was more like a fruit cake, right? There's some kind of spicing, like light spicing. But anyways, let's get out the palate and see what we get. Hopefully you got something to drink along. Sláinte. For 46.3, it's surprisingly, it's bright, flavorful, but it's almost in there until I got to the early aftertaste that I didn't notice the heavy alcohols. Instead, I got that genuine interplay between now quite sweet fruit. So I'm thinking of that banana that I tasted in the beginning, and I'm thinking about how sweet banana can be in a fruit cocktail cup. But this is like that, that classic peeled grape, cut peach, some pear, a little bit of apple, that kind of fruit cocktail. Definitely getting that. However, there's a whole separate note for me of some light tea, light spice, light oak that comes after that swallow. So it's coming back from that finish. Another quick sip. And there I'm getting a little ginger to balance the sweetness. So this is, I wanted a little more because I really like the chick. It actually takes a while to develop. And at 46, even though there's lots of good flavor, I've actually found for a while, that's why I'm kind of further down the bottle, I'm really trying to find a flavor richness that I know is there. I like it now. It took a little while in the bottle, it took a little while for my palate. Like, what am I getting when I pour Tobermory 12? It still sits, 3.5, 3.75 stars. It doesn't like punch into huge territory, but it's a good malt. And if you see it on a decent sale and you like, the fruit leaning space sides, I think you'd like it. It's got a little more dusty, a little vanilla, a little more oaky, something else going on that I can't say it's exactly like when I think of on a space side. It's got a little more going on, or a little different going on, I would say. And I wish the mouthfeel was a little more coating, because I thought at 46 and non-chill filtered, it was just going to wrap up all kinds of stuff. So that's my thoughts. Decent Scotch, good Scotch, and I could recommend it, but not quite as strong as I was hoping, given my appreciation of the Cheg 10. I looked at the cupboard and saw that I still had a little bit of this taster bottle that I've been nursing along for tastes of Clynelish 14. Also released at 46, so very similar ABV, and also non-chill filtered. I do believe Clynelish is colored, although it's very light compared to this one. I thought that might be a really nice comparison because I tend to like Clynelish because of its fruit notes. It is richer, sweeter, a little more almost mango, a little tropical going on. Definitely pulls me in more than the nose on Tobermory. Yeah, this is faded into that little husk of something I'm getting. Let's try the Clynelish on the palate. Okay, well, I don't think there's any surprise here. You know how much I enjoy Clynelish, and that waxy can go into creamy, which just adds a richness to the fruit. It might be less floral, and there is almost a raw alcohol that sometimes comes up around the edges or spicing, but it's a richer experience. It's a better experience for me quite a bit. So I obviously like Clynelish more. It's a nice comparison to do here, but it definitely has my heart, that little bottle of Clynelish. Thank you so much for joining me out here. And if you have Tobermory or you've tried it, why don't you share your thoughts? It's always good to hear the conversation. Oh, I have that, or I've had a different expression from them. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys are having a great weekend.